Welcome back to The Hub. Scarlett Humphreys and Brenda Kuby, welcome to the show. Tell us, this event, Scarlett, into its 5th year now, a bit of a rebrand, though.
Yeah, very much so. So we have moved completely away from Darkness into Light and been reborn as Sunrise of Hope, which I'm really, really excited about. Yeah, not just because the T-shirt is so much prettier.
It helps.
I mean,
it helps.
No more luminous yellow. I mean, I think everyone can get behind that. So essentially what we've done is we've made it a Jib Sam's event, so originating from here, in collaboration with Befrienders Worldwide. So it's still a global event. It just means that, unlike previous years, every single penny that's raised in Gibraltar will stay in Gibraltar.
Brilliant.
Which obviously has an impact on what we charge for the registration fee, because it means we can make it so much cheaper. So we're dropping down the price to £15 per adult for this year. That's, I think, down to the age of 12. And then from 6 to 12 is £5, and under 5 will be free.
Nice one.
So that's really good. And obviously T-shirts are included in the price for adults. So
good stuff. So, Brenda, if you will, just tell us the main purpose for this walk.
So September is Suicide Awareness Month, and obviously National Day is our Suicide Prevention Day. So what we've done is that we've made this walk the weekend after, so the first Saturday after the 10th of September. And it's all about having people to take the walk and, have those memories. You can be, because you're leaving at 5 a.m. in the morning, so it's a good time to be reflecting, and you're with people who are in similar situations, who are there for that reason, who are looking
Chance to get things off your chest?
Yeah, definitely. With people who will be in the same sort of frame of mind. And again, we've got the 2 walks, so nobody has any excuse, right?
Yeah.
So you've got the flat walk to Europa Point, or you've got the more challenging one up the rock. So
How far up the rock?
well, it's all the way to the top.
Up to the
and then
top,
med steps
okay.
and back down again. It's exactly the same
Therefore
as
more
every
challenging.
year. Yeah, every year we've got, so there's the walk to the lighthouse and then the walk up the rock. So the family one is the lighthouse one.
Yeah.
But they can stop and have hot chocolate, I think, is going to get provided by the stadium again, watch the sunrise and then head back. And we'll be doing the same. So the challenging route will go up, stop to watch sunrise just before we start the med steps, because obviously we're not allowed on the med steps until the sun rises for I think obvious reasons, and then head back down, and we all convene in casemates again to have a well-deserved breakfast at the end. So it's all the same as every year, but the date's changed, the name's changed, it's cheaper, all the money's staying in Gibraltar, and yeah, I'm really, really excited. I think it could be the best one yet.
I think, yeah, the same walk, change of name and change of numbers, I presume, over the 5 years. Is it snowballing?
Yeah, it's slowly grown. So I think last year we had around about 100 people, which is massive considering we started with like 15 when we first did it, which was just a post-COVID sort of reality when we brought it in for the first time. So it really has grown a lot over the years, and I'd like to see it continue to do so. Obviously, it's the first year under a new brand name. We don't have the same website and things that we've used in the past because we're doing it all ourselves. So who knows at the moment what we'll see in regards to numbers. But the walk aside, I want to see the community getting involved again, like we try and get everyone to do every year. So with that aim, we've opened up the art competition again this year.
This is brilliant.
Yeah, so it's open now already, and they've got the whole summer to complete their masterpieces. So if they want to paint a poster or a pebble, either one, and get them to me by, I think the deadline was the beginning of September, all of their artwork can then be shown off in the John McIntosh Hall. We've got the exhibit granted again for a whole week. So the kids and their families can go, they can look at their art display, they can vote for which one they think is the nicest.
To any parents wondering what the age range for...
There's no limit.
Oh, okay, cool.
There's no limit, because when we post them online, it will say the age. So you can take that into consideration with your vote. If you see this is done by a 2-year-old and it's great, but you can tell.
Talented 2-year-old.
It could be the best one there. I mean, on the actual flyer, you can see the winners from last year. So I did put their names, but not their ages, I think, this time round. So that'll be the same for the next year. Anyone who wins this one will be on the marketing for the next year. I'd just like to see as many people do it as possible, really. It'd be nice to fill the whole gallery this year.
I think that the idea of pebble painting and its tradition is such a simple one, but it's just such a sweet touch.
And you know what? They love it on the day of the walk, because what we do, because I'm a glutton for punishment, clearly, so I get them all to paint these pebbles and I lug them back and forth from Casemates to the John McIntosh Hall and back. And on the morning of the walk, we cover the tables with the pebbles, so the walkers can pick whichever one that resonates with them, and they carry it with them on the walk, and then they just leave it wherever they see fit, sort of spreading the message of hope throughout the rock. And I just love it. I think it's really, really nice.
For sure. And just once again, that is now
That's open.
Open?
That's open. All entries can be dropped off to me at the EFPG office in Irishtown.
EFPG office.
EFPG office. It's
Cool.
15 Irishtown. So yeah, just drop them off whenever, and I'll add them to the pile. Closing date isn't until September, so we've got all summer. Whoever wins the poster competition wins a £100 gift voucher for Music Corner, so it's a big one.
Nice.
And the Pebble wins a £25 gift voucher for Music Corner.
Very
so
nice.
big incentive to get the kids doing some art
Absolutely.
over the summer, you know?
Yeah. And Brenda, more broadly, Gibsams is there for you every day, always just a call away. Talk to us through your main challenges these days, and just a bit of a shout out really to the public.
So, you know, over the last 7.5 years, we've grown not just from a helpline, but now we offer the helpline phone, which is from 6 to 11 every day, the WhatsApp chat, and the website chat. And we also offer face-to-face. So from the Diabetes Support Group's office in 50 Linewall Road, we're now open 11 till 1, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, for people to drop in and actually speak to one of our listeners in confidence about whatever it is that they're going through and what the stress and anxiety. So, you know, we have a load of different options of how you can access Gibsams. And obviously we're also launching GibSilver. And GibSilver is launching beginning of July, 7th of July, which is a helpline and befriending service for the over 55s. So
Still looking for volunteers?
Still looking for volunteers.
Always looking for volunteers.
It's a great service. It's a great service, and like you say, just around the corner, it's launched. So
yeah, we're back to training next week. So now, you know, this is the week to get your applications in, and then you can come and do training with me next week. So we're really excited because the more volunteers we have, the longer we can open that service and get started, and the more that we can befriend those in the community who actually are asking for just having a friendly chat. That's all it is. It's nothing scary. You're just brightening up somebody's day.
And for anybody watching this, perhaps thinking, perhaps I could be a volunteer, what would their sort of hours, what would the setup of their work be?
So for GibSilver, if you want to become a befriender volunteer, it's 30 minutes a week commitment. And if you want to be a helpline volunteer, it's 2 hours a week. So it's not a huge commitment.
And it could make a big difference.
And it definitely will make a big difference. So obviously there's training. There's, you know, the training is the big thing. So there's 12 hours of in-person training, and then we've got you coming to the office for the first few weeks to do your first befriending calls, so that you get to know the tech and know what to do, and, you know, meet the team, and then you can do them from home.
Yeah. So what are the raw? Like I've often wondered, and I don't think I've ever asked you, but what are the like sort of raw materials required for a volunteer in this line of work? Because often, I mean, I've been to therapy myself, and what I found was so brilliant about her was really her ear, as opposed to what she had to say.
Yeah. So it's one of the first things that we're teaching volunteers is how to listen. What is active listening? And the fact is that we're born with 2 ears and 1 mouth. So we should be listening doubly more than what we're speaking. And that's difficult, especially for somebody like me. But I think that, you know, I thought I was a great listener before I joined Gibsams. And then what I realised was I was a great fixer. Right? You know, people would come talk to you, and as they're talking to you, you'd be thinking of, you know, solutions.
Solve.
Yeah. But actually, people don't want to be solved. They don't want to be fixed. They actually just want to be listened to. So that's one of the first things that we do, is we teach you how to listen, how to actively listen and go deeper with that, and to actually, you know, we all have biases, we all have judgment, but it's how to take that away and how to just be able to sit there with that person. So again, not sitting in sympathy, but sitting in empathy. So again, there's a lot of work around that, because again, people don't realise. And it's like your tone of voice. You know, if you're on the phone, if I say, Jib Sams, can I help you? That's not really...
Bit irritating, if I'm honest.
Exactly. So, you know, one of the things that we do is teach them how to even just answer the phone in a tone that's going to be...
Does that mean you're always conscious about your tone of voice? Always?
Yeah, always. Always.
Gosh, now I'm conscious about my tone of voice.
Yeah, you know, it just makes you think. But those are the things that, you know, and then we teach them, obviously, within Jib Silver, a lot of the teaching is about abuse, you know, potential abuse, because they're vulnerable, you know, potentially vulnerable adults. So we have to think about what that looks like. What does that feel like, you know, when you're speaking to them? You know, things that they might say to you that you just wouldn't normally think about, could be signs and symptoms and different things. And obviously with Jib Sams, the training takes everybody through to suicide. So, you know, there's a lot of different, you know, different techniques in both sides of the organisation, which is why there has to be different training for both.
You guys do a brilliant job. I won't be the first person to tell you that. Jib Sam's always a call away. Scarlett, just one last time, the walk, Saturday, the 13th of September, for anybody interested. How can people sign up?
Well, registrations should be live by the end of this week.
Okay.
In the interim period, people can email me at scarlett@jibsams.gi. So that's SCARLETT@jibsams.gi. Can't believe I almost forgot to spell my own name.
Nearly forgot.
That's really embarrassing.
You got it right, well done.
So if they send me an email to that and just let me know that they're interested, then I can forward them to the registration link. Otherwise, if you watch our social media platforms, so it's Sunrise of Hope Gibraltar or the event Sunrise of Hope 2025, we'll be posting on that constantly. So the registration forms will go up on that for people to get involved.
Good stuff. Ladies, thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for having us.
Cheers.